President Trump endorses legal maneuvers through the use of social media outbursts. Donald Trump's recent activities in New York have been quite eventful, despite his apparent disinterest in his ongoing civil fraud trial as he promptly returned to Florida. It is possible that his legal team sensed his potential breakdown in open court and decided to send him home to regain composure. Regardless, Trump informed a federal judge in Florida that he could not attend a deposition this week due to his presence in another court. However, he was seen having dinner at Mar-a-Lago on Wednesday. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified when we post great videos. Let us know your possible suggestions by leaving your comments below. Last night, Trump's lawyers filed an appeal against Justice Arthur Engoron's recent decision to grant partial summary judgment, which concluded that Trump and his company were involved in consistent fraudulent activities. Unsurprisingly, the Trump family hopes that the appeals court will overturn this ruling, as it would result in the seizure of their assets and the dissolution of their business license. On the other hand, Justice Engoron urges the defendants not to transfer their assets out of the jurisdiction, which is a genuine concern considering they established a Delaware, LC-named Trump Organization T on the same day the lawsuit was filed. This morning, the court ordered the defendants to disclose to retired Judge Barbara Jones, the appointed special monitor, any planned asset transfers in any jurisdiction, the creation of new business entities to hold Trump's assets, and all communications with lenders, insurance companies, or business partners regarding these assets. In the courtroom, the situation was marginally improved, following 2 days of Trump's legal team aggressively questioning his former accountants in an unsuccessful attempt to shift blame onto them for the inaccurate information provided. Former Trump Org executive Jeff McConney admitted on the witness stand that Trump himself had the final say on the numbers submitted to the accountants, who then used this data to compile his financial statements. Subsequently, this morning, Trump requested the dismissal of the criminal indictment against him, which accuses him of fabricating business records to conceal the hush money payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels in 2016. According to reports from CNN and ABC, Trump's argument appears to have two main points. Firstly, he asserts that he cannot be accused of falsifying business records of the Trump Organization as he used his personal bank accounts to pay his personal attorney. Trump claims that these payments were labeled as retainers, but since they did not originate from the Trump Organization, they cannot be considered false business records. However, the statement of facts accompanying the indictment presents a slightly different narrative. It states that each payment was processed by the Trump Organization and disguised as a payment for legal services provided under a retainer agreement during a specific month in 2017. These payment records, which were maintained by the Trump Organization, were indeed false business records according to New York law. In reality, there was no retainer agreement, and lawyer was not being compensated for legal services rendered in 2017. The defendant deliberately manipulated his entity's business records to conceal his own and others' criminal activities. Trump's argument for dismissal is based on the assertion that it would be a violation of due process to try him during an electoral campaign. He contends that the indictment was filed 6 years after the alleged conduct, more than 4.5 years after the commencement of the investigation by Danny, and more than 3 years after Danny began presenting evidence to a grand jury. Trump further argues that the delay has caused prejudice to him, interfered with his ongoing presidential campaign, and violated his due process rights. The petition has been presented to Justice Joanne Mershon, who has thus far remained unswayed by Trump's arguments. Meanwhile, on Truth Social, Trump has criticized the case against him in New York, which he claims was brought by the racist and incompetent Peekaboo James. He has also expressed concern that the highly political, Trump-hating judge is damaging the image and reputation of the New York state legal system and courts. Trump has further lamented that he will not even receive a jury trial, all while murders and violent crime are reaching unimaginable records. He has called for the respected commercial division to take over the case, which he characterizes as a show. That's what we have for you today. What do you think of our video? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that share button.